Good morning, students. Welcome to the session of interview techniques and skills. Subject is campus to corporate training program. So today we're going to learn how to face the interview and what are the techniques that we have to take into consideration while facing the interviews. So let's begin with the chapter, that interview skills and tips on how to make it success, because interview is one of the most important and a key process for any of the students in their career. This learning outcome of this chapter or the subject is the topic is that students will able to understand the process involves in a different types of interview, what are the different types of interviews are there. Students will also know about what kind of or which kind of skills required during the interview or while facing the interview. Students will also develop the public speaking skills and overcome with the stage fear, which is a major problem been happening with the students, and how to utilize these stage. And last learning objective is that students will able to evaluate how to stand out of from the crowd. Okay, so these are the few objectives. Now in this topic we're going to cover in today, there are 5 different points, that is job interview, what is job interview, the key to the successful interview, and pre-interview stages, interview stages, and post-interview stages. And if time permits, then 2 more topics points that we're going to cover, that is what are the qualities that interviewers are generally expecting, and what are the common mistakes been made by the interviewers at the time of interview. Let's start with what is job interview. A job interview is students nothing but it is an opportunity to meet the interviewer face to face and to interact with them face to face. And second is to discuss about your qualification, that in job interview is nothing but you are showcasing your abilities and the skills to an interviewer, that what kind of techniques, what kind of knowledge, what kind of information regarding the subject, domain, and your speciality that you're having. Job interview is the platform where you can demonstrate your skills and your personality. Means it is a platform where you can showcase your skills, your talent, and the knowledge that you have gathered during your graduation. Actually it is the platform where you have to inform that how you are different from other candidates, what are the other qualities that you're having. And last but not the least, job interview is nothing but to sell yourself. Means when you're going for an interview, you are doing nothing but you are trying to sell yourself to any of the organization. So this is the some few of the points of the job interview. Now let's see the key to successfully how we can achieve the interview, how we can clear the interview. So what are the key to success, how you can do that? So there are a few of the points, like first is convey a positive attitude. So it's begin with how your attitude has been. When you're going for an interview, there should always be having a zeal or an enthusiasm that should be there on your face, and this zeal gives you an confidence while appearing for interview, and you can easily convince them. Means that is the positive attitude. Second is be aware of the non-verbal communication. So friends, let me tell you very frankly that when we are going for an interview, 2 of the most important criterias that we have to take into consideration, that is the verbal communication, and second is the non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is the content part, the way that what the points or the information that you're going to share with them, or you're going to write it down, that is the verbal communication. But simultaneously while facing any of the interview, non-verbal plays as equivalent role as the verbal is playing, like your facial expression, your gestures, your postures, your walking style, your sitting style, your hands movement, your legs movement, that how you going to do this, all this, your eye contact, your expressions, all these plays a vital role at the time of interview. So one of the major Non-verbal communication skill is keep eye contact with the interview throughout the interview. Then next is the pay attention to the physical appearance, that is your dressing attire, dressing etiquettes. It gives a stand that how you are different from others. Then next is the key to the success is be knowledgeable about the company. This is one of the again important point, that always take this in consider when you're going for any of the interview. Before that you have to always having a detailed research about the company, all the information about the company, what is the vision, what is the mission, who are the owners, when the company gets established, and blah blah. So these are the certain points that we have to consider. Other than that, always don't talk yourself out of the job, so always be on the track, don't make yourself diverse to any other point. Next is the don't keep the interviewer waiting for the answer by taking a long pauses uh, like that. So always take this thing considered, that don't keep the interviewer waiting. Other than that is always be prepared with your portfolio. So your resume should be on your hand, it should be reachable. If you're having any kind of references, then you have to attach with your resume. Have always need to have conduct a background research on the organization. Another point is that always you should know everything about your resume, each and every point, that what are the positive, what are the negative, what are the most fruitful points where you can stress and you can convince them. Next, that other than that is always make a habit, be punctual while facing while going for any of the interview. Reach at the venue 15 minutes earlier, so it gives you a proper attire, or sorry, not an attire, but it gives them proper confidence, as well as you can make yourself suitable with the environment. So once you will be there earlier, it also shows your punctuality, the disciplinary part. So always take this thing considered, and remain calm and collected while going for interview. Don't discuss much of the things with the other interviewers and creating a stress on your mind. So make yourself collected in one place, don't diverse your mind anywhere else. Listen attentively, whatever the points they were discussing, always listen that thing attentively, and always show the confidence to them. So these are the certain keys that will help you, or that makes you clear the interview successfully. Okay, so now let's see what are the how you can means what are the stages of interview. Actually, if I tell you, there are three major stages that what means that you being a candidate or an interviewee, you always need to take care. And when you're going for interview, you have to make yourself prepare for this. One is the pre-interview stage, interview stage, and post-interview stage. Let's see first pre-interview stage. So at the time of pre-interview stage, these are the certain points that we have to take into consideration. Like first is assess your career path. You should know each and everything about your career path, your goal, long term, short term, your career objective should always be in there on your mind. Second is the research about the company position that you are seeking. Always remember that while going for any of the interview, before that you have to do all the research part of the company. What kind of job description is there, what is the job position, how is the company background is. So each and every minute detail about the company should be known by you. Major things. Third is find out what type of interview it is. Means is it a walk-in interview, it is a direct interview, it is a formal interview, it is an informal interview. So you should be prepared what kind of interview it is. It might be telephonic, it might be conference form, video conferencing kind of. Okay, next is develop list of potential questions and responses. So when we're going for any of the interview, you should be first prepared what kind of questions they're going to ask and how you're going to respond for that. Because all of a sudden if they're going to ask some of the question, you're not able to respond that, then you're not going to get selected. So always some potential common questions which you can find it out even from Google also. Make yourself prepare for those questions. And last is the confirm the date, time and location. So it shows the disciplinary part, as well as you can make yourself suitable with the time, date and location. You mean prepare for the same. Next stage is interview stage. So once you've been prepared for interview, now you have, when you're going for an interview, these are the certain points which we have to take into consideration. First is appropriate dressing. So that is your attire. Second is create a good first impression by reach at the time, by giving the gestures, by positive postures, by greet the interviewer. You can create your first good impression on them. Third is ensure that you understand the questions, all the questions very well, and try to give as much answer you can able to give it to all those questions. Next is be yourself. This is very important, friends. Like, be yourself. Be yourself in terms of that don't try to be fake. Don't try to bluff the things. Whatever the answers or the things that you know, try to give those answers. If you do not know the answer, then simply say, "Sir, I did not having an information. Just give me a chance, another chance," like that. But don't try to, yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, don't, yeah, this way. Don't bluff the thing. Okay. Next is maintain the eye contact with the interviewer. Whenever you're going for any of the, try to maintain the eye contact. Don't try to make yourself distract with the other things, and try to contact with the interviewer so it directly convince all the interviewers, single or more than that, and directly they will get it your confidence level. Okay, so that is the next point, that is appears confidence. So it gives a confidence and you can easily crack the interview. Listen, next point is listen carefully to all the questions and try to give answers to as much as you can able. Then always whenever go for the interview, take few more copies of the resumes and reference letters that you're having with you. Don't just go with one of the resume. If they require your documents, you want to verify all those things, then you can easily give it to them. Okay. Then next point is, if you have a career portfolio, then try to take that. So I always insist to all my students that when they are in the final year, always try to prepare your portfolio. Be ready with your portfolio. It should having in all the documents, it should having in all the certificates, having in your results, everything, and the photocopy of all the documentations should always be ready with you. Then next is the ask question. If your time permits and everything been done properly, then you can ask few of the questions to them regarding the company, long-term goals, what are the achievements, opportunities of advancement they're having, how your growth, company's growth going to be there, and that. Last but not the least, two of the points, that is thanks them and shake the hand, and if it been possible, then ask for the business card from the interviewer. Okay. Now next and the last stage of any of the interview is post-interview stage. So once your interview everything get done, even though then also you can create your good impression on interview by post-interview stage. Like whenever once the interview get complete, you have to rethink all those things that what you did it at the time of interview, that is recap the interview. So it will also help you to learn the mistakes that you have made, as well as it also helps you for your further interviews and how you can improve the things for your other interviews. Next, request for the feedback from the interview, which also gives again positive things, and it also help you for your further career part. And try to send the thank you letter or email them, which shows a courtesy and a good sign of yours towards the interviewer. So these are the points that we have to take, minute points that we have to take into consideration before going for or while performing the interview. Now let me show you quickly few of the qualities of employees, what they are seeking. Just go through the points today, and in detail I'm going to tell you in the next session, like good all-round excellency, enthusiasm, commitment, motivation, good communication skills, like teamwork ability, ability to solve the problems. I mean, these are the certain points that which employees are always seeking in their employees when they are conducting any of the interview. And these are the certain common mistakes which generally interviewers are making, and due to which they fail it out in any of the interview and did not able to get the job. These are like lack of preparation, inappropriate appearance, failure to ask good questions, quality questions, poor attitude, exaggerating, poor non-verbal communication, and all. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening me so patiently. If you're having any kind of doubt, we can discuss this thing. All else we'll discuss in the next session.